So anybody who off-road races, the Baja 1000 is the pinnacle. It's the top. It's the Daytona 500, the Indianapolis 500. Everybody wants to race it. Everybody wants the opportunity to. And this year we are very fortunate and blessed not only to be able to race it, but to be able to race it with an awesome team in Cantina Motorsports, in an awesome truck with an awesome group of guys.
It's a race that teams will spend years prepping for a peninsula run. There's been teams that have been prepping for 4 years to come do this race. So it's definitely, it doesn't just take one driver. It doesn't take, you know, one chase guy, one good driver ain't gonna win. It's an entire team.
Racing is almost a religion in Baja. When you get down here and you see the people and the pure joy, fans that'll sit out in the middle of the desert for hours on end just to watch a pre-runner cruise by, and much less a race car. You know, they bring out their kids, and now these people that are bringing out their kids, they were doing it with their parents when they were kids. They've been watching this stuff for 54 years. You get down to Baja Sur, they only get to see us every 3 or 4 years. For them, that's a big deal. Because it's a big deal to them, it makes it a big deal to us. It's always cool and exciting when you have somebody who appreciates what you do.
I love Baja Sur. The racing down here is incredible. The people, I think this is the best place almost in Baja to come and race. The people are super into it, and you know, they haven't had a score race down here now in over 2-3 years, and it's awesome to be with the people down here. They're amazing.
For the 1000, it definitely takes a ton of preparation and work to get ready for it. So we started months and months ago, right after the 400, getting ready. And that includes trucks, that includes coming up with a plan, getting all the chase support figured out, getting all the logistics figured out.
But for this 1000, we have the Gaunt Motorsports and the DFR Racing guys who are joining us, Chris Miller in the number 40 truck. And so they were very handy, and they brought along their teams with us. So I don't know, I think we have 8 pits, probably 16 vehicles, another 10 chase trucks. I think it's somewhere around 25 vehicles in total. Personnel wise, we have to be over 100. I know our pit has 9 people at it, but if you add up pilots and chase crews and pit crews and everybody else who's helped get these teams here, it's well over 100 people.
Behind the scenes, there's volunteers. That's all. I mean, I'm a volunteer as well. I'm not getting paid to be down here, and we just love it. You know, we're here for the racing, all the camaraderie between all the guys, meet new people. You know, we love this stuff.
We're the owners of the other 2 teams. Yeah. The drivers are there.
And we've worked together before, and we actually enjoy it. And we're just so blessed to be part of this, the Baja Jerky and Cantina team.
Yep.
We're stoked.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah.
You guys got a loaded crew, and we're ready to do this thing.
I typically do start a lot. I've definitely honed down to, you know, keep the nerves in. You gotta just tell yourself it's just a practice. You know, you're practicing. You're not starting the biggest race of the entire year, and everyone's watching you because, you know, you're in premier class, and specifically an all-wheel drive Mason trophy truck. Run your own race. Don't worry about the trucks behind you or in front of you. You know, it's 1,200 miles.
There's a lot of top tier teams up here, a lot of Mason all-wheel drive trucks. Pretty much is gonna come down to whoever's done their homework the most, who's smart, can stay level-headed, who can save the truck to make it to the finish, because it is a long race. And to finish first, you have to first finish.
Go, go, go. Good job. Good job, good job. Right. Left.
Power steering.
We're losing power steering?
Oh no, that's what it is. The whole thing spun. This wheel was upside down and I had to change it, so I lost a lot of my turning radius to the left.
I think the steering box is completely broken now. Yeah, we lost steering.
You think the steering box is broken?
Yeah, we've lost steering. Just
40, can you guys limp it along, or do you need to stop and I need to get you parts?
we need to get some parts. We're going to go to an access road and stop. They're going to meet us there.
Steering box on that truck.
Here we are at pit 2, race number 40 is coming in. They've had quite a long day already. We had a steering malfunction, and now it sounds like the radio's broken. And so before we put the two fresh co-driver and driver in, Maverick and Alex, we're gonna take a look at the truck, make sure everything's good before we send them out to the dark.
Yeah, so my youngest son's gonna get out, my oldest son's gonna get in. We're gonna go to mile 500, and then Chad Dorman's gonna get in, and hopefully the truck is in good enough shape. Tucker's gonna go over everything, make sure everything's good. Tucker knows what he's looking at, he knows what he's doing, and my guys are good, so we're in good shape.
Right now we're waiting for Jason to come rolling in through the pits. I'm gonna get in after he hops out and look over the truck, make sure everything's good to go for my section to Bay of LA. So plan is to get it to Chad at this point, so hopefully truck holds up.
Handing over a $1 million piece of equipment to somebody who you barely met takes a lot of faith. And we're not just handing over a piece of equipment, we're handing over a whole race, you know, and we've worked tirelessly to get to this race. They've proven themselves to be finishers, they've proven themselves to be aggressive when they need to.
All right, so obviously started the Baja 1000, we were all good. And the steering started having some weird things going on and ended up on the goat trail coming down into Valley T. Try to avoid the big boulder that everyone sees, and steering took off one ray, motor stalled, high centered ourselves on a rock, got off, and made it another, I don't know, 10 miles before the truck was not drivable, couldn't even steer it. Waited a couple hours and got that thing changed out. They had no problems ever since. Just, you know, obviously chasing through the dust in the slower classes and trying not to, you know, ruin their race, because there's, you know, these guys are leading and we're here just to finish at this point. So again, thank you Cantina, Baja Jerky, Chris Miller for letting me drive your beautiful machine. Can't wait for the next one.
This race is going to take place largely at night. Chad's section is going to be all dark. He won't get to see anything but the moonlight. We rely on Baja Design's lighting. I really feel strongly that they are the best light. We'll be going through some of the darkest places you've ever seen. That plays tricks on your mind, it plays tricks on your eyes. You see things that aren't really there sometimes. You know, the shadows are dancing with you. Animals come out of the woodwork. Being able to see what you're going through and be able to truly trust what your lights are showing you is a big deal.
It's going to be good. It's going to be, like I said, fast and dark. It's really dark out there, and if there's any dust, it's going to be a slow down real quick.
Getting ready to do 4 tires, driver change, fuel, and Chad and I are going about 380 miles, I believe, and just run our pace and get the truck to Chris and let him race the last 400 plus miles.
Race it at night, you know, it just adds to the mystique of Baja, I think. I think really racing in Baja is at night, because it's so desolate. There's spots that are so away from towns and civilization. You know, you're in the middle of nowhere, and you really got to be on your A game, because if you make a mistake at night, it's almost compounded, just because there's nobody that's going to come help you.
again, are always the unsung heroes of the sport. You know, the drivers get all the credit and whatnot, which is deserved, but the crew, the chase guys, none of this would happen without them. You know, we got guys that are going from point to point. They're going to be up 20, 25 hours. They're going to be driving on these roads with a bunch of other people that have been up for 20, 25 hours.
Everyone sees the glamour. Everyone sees the cool trophy truck going down the peninsula. That's all cameras catch. They don't see what's behind the scenes. They don't see the hundreds of crew guys busting their butts, driving with little to no hours of sleep, you know, sitting in traffic on these highways that we're not really used to.
So not only are they giving us their time and their effort, but it costs them to get down here. It costs them, you know, time away from work, from their families, from their loved ones. So it's greatly appreciated from everybody.
We always have amazing volunteers, and these are all guys that come from all different walks of life. The one common goal is they all love off-road racing, and they all want to see us get here. They're doing it for the love of the sport. They're doing it for a t-shirt, a couple plates of tacos, and stories to tell for the rest of their lives. And we couldn't be more appreciative of our volunteers.
Actually pretty excited. We're going to rack down miles pretty quick until you get into North Loretto. We're going to have to pick our way through about 35 miles of just kind of technical, working through old ranches and kind of beat up roads. Some tight stuff up in the valleys and washes, House San Javier, all the way down here to Insurgentes. It's all really fast, so we'll be knocking down miles pretty quick after just after Loretto.
We're waiting on Chris Miller, truck 40. We're in race mile 935.9, and we're waiting to fill him up with race gas and assist him in anything he needs. Looking forward to pitting him and send him all to finish line.
And that's the nice thing about off-road racing. There's something for everybody. There's something for everybody to do. There's a job for everyone. Whether you're putting a tire on, fueling, or even just getting the driver some water, you know, the co-driver, making sure that those guys are good, that they can continue. So there's something for everybody to do in this form of racing.
This race is a long marathon race, and you know there's going to be people who come out and they think they're going to win the race before they get to Ojos Negros. They're going to be on their lid, they're going to be wheels up, and all of their efforts are going to be wasted. Our goal is to make it to the finish line.
working their way up the field in the dark and the dust. It was very little wind. They had to work their way through all the slow traffic and, kind of set the pace for the rest of the day. So it was really difficult. But, here we are. I grabbed the car in San Juanico. I put the put the pedal down, we wooded the thing all the way here. We lost a couple belts, we dropped some oil pressure, we had to dump some oil in. One of these days, one of these years, we're gonna have this thing dialed. Everything's gonna work, and we're gonna be right up front because we know we can run the pace.
Really, y'all don't know this, y'all in danger, I'm a threat.